Hello, Belly. Buongiorno. Good evening. I hope you're all doing well. For any of you who have visited, hi Jess, San Gimignano, I'm sure you remember this incredible view when you just arrive at the top of the hill and you see the town in front of you, this incredible view of Tuscany. Hello, darling. Good to see you too. And it's unforgettable. Most of you who have been here probably has pictures of this very place. The view, the rolling hills of Tuscany, olive groves, vineyards, cypress trees. Hello, darling. Ginger. Ciao, belly. Welcome to another Thank God It's Friday. I hope you're all doing well. I'm very excited to take you for a little walk through the hill town of San Gimignano. So this is a pretty special town for me because many years ago, 20 years ago, when I started touring as a guide and a driver, so I would typically take people out into Chianti and we would stop at Siena and San Gimignano. Hello, Belly. Hello, darling Lizzie. So I think I've probably been to San Gimignano like 10,000 times, but I still love it. It's so special. It reminds me of the happiness I felt driving people through the rolling hills of Tuscany to arrive at. This town is the picture perfect town. It looks like a film set. Ciao, Sue. And it's really, really, really special. So I'm excited to show you. Ciao, Rob. Che bello vederti. So, ciao, Sue from Dallas. You can see it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon here, and there's actually quite a few Europeans in the historical centre of San Gimignano. Now we're entering into the main door. Happy Friday, Shelley. So we're at the entry and we're going to make our way up to the main squares. Piazza Cisterna, Piazza Duomo. It's nice to see it busy. So this very road, I fondly recall our trip to San Gimignano in 2008. I think that's when Tony fell in love with you. Judy, 2003. How can I forget? What beautiful memories, darling. Big kiss to you. So this very road that I'm walking along, the Via Francigena, is the way to France. So this is a medieval city, and in the 11th century, when the Pope moved to Avignon, this was a very famous city because this was a pilgrim walk along this very road. So the town was famous. Look at the beautiful ceramics. The town was very, very famous because people would stop along into the little inns along this road. They would sleep, they would eat, and the families that lived in the cities, you can see these towers, these were private towers. This one is actually the Torre Grosso. So this is a tower that is based above the commune of San Gimignano. So it's a public tower, but the other towers are private. The families were very, very wealthy. They were producers of silk. So you can actually still find today in many of these little alimentari delicatessens, you can actually find the saffron that still grows around the foothills of San Gimignano. Now the saffron wasn't used for food, it was actually used to colour the silk. So this was a very, very wealthy town. Industries of silk, so textiles, the pilgrims, and something else, of course. We're in Chianti, wine. but something particular because obviously we're in a dominant red wine region where we grow Sangiovese. San Gimignano is famous for white wine, Vernaccia di San Gimignano. And here we can see some of the ancient entries to the old churches. This is a Romanesque church from the 11th century. You can see also a symbol of the Kalimala, the wool trade, which was another made up of very, very wealthy families. And so these wealthy families, they would basically build towers. That's why the historical centre is known as, well, it's dubbed the medieval Manhattan, because when you're arriving in from Florence, so you're driving south on the Chianti, the road of the Chiantigiana, the Chianti road, you can actually see the hill town from a distance, and it looks like Manhattan because you can see these huge towers. There was over 72 towers. They actually caused a lot of problems because the towers were added as a symbol of wealth. So the taller the tower, the more important you were. The closer to the cathedral, to the Duomo area, because this was a papal town under the Guelphs. It's actually where Dante Alighieri, when he was thrown out of Firenze, he came and lived in the town of San Gimignano. So this was a papal town. That meant that the Piazza Duomo has the town hall, so the political centre of the city, and also where the more important families lived. So I'm going to show you some of the towers, but you can now see how beautiful the town is. Look at the brickwork. This is all original brickwork from the 11th century. Some of this brick that you see along here, you can see all the different ages. Hi, Nancy. Look at how incredible the brickwork is. It looks like a film set, doesn't it, guys? So for anyone new who's arrived, just to introduce myself again. Hi, darlings. So my name is Linda. I'm the owner of Italy Customized, a local tour operator based in Florence. I create multi-day itineraries in Italy, the French Riviera and the Greek islands. And every Friday you can find me from 3 to 3:30 on my Thank God It's Friday. It doesn't look like a film. It does look like a film. It does look like a film set, doesn't it, Val? No, it's really quite incredible. So you know the typical towns from the Middle Ages until the 16th or 17th century, they would sell their goods downstairs and they would live upstairs. So that's why you can see these rounded entries into. There would either be inns or stores where they would be selling all the different products along the Via Francigena, the way to France. So this road led all the way up north west, so passing Pisa. It's actually a road that is a lot of people actually. Hi, Poesius, Augusta. So a lot of people actually take the part of the Via Francigena because it starts in Rome and it ends in Avignon, okay? So it's thousands and thousands of kilometres. One of the most famous areas, actually, this one obviously is along this main road, but Lucca, which is the town in Tuscany northwest after Pisa. Oh no, it's before Pisa. There's a gorgeous trail that kind of takes you towards the coast and then finally leads you into France. Here we can see, as we're making our way up towards Piazza Cisterna, the square of the cistern, you can see these really great views of the Salumeria. Can you see the wild boar's head on the Vini e Panini? This is a typical Tuscan products, the prosciutto toscano, and you can see the head of the cinghiale, the wild boar. Hi Lorraine, nice to see you. So the wild boar is a typically hunted end of year at the end of the wine harvest, October, November. And it's around this area. We're about 12 miles away, 20 kilometers away, away from Siena. Siena is south of San Gimignano. And this takes us into Piazza Cisterna. You get that real medieval vibe when you arrive in this square. We're in a little town, so they have this quite laughable competition between who has the best gelato. The best gelato is in Firenze. No, there's great gelato everywhere, but it's quite funny. Look at the line of people standing to eat gelato. And here we can see in Piazza Cisterna is the Cistern Square, okay? So obviously, in the Middle Ages, there was no plumbing systems. The way to take water was from the central areas of any kind of town centre. And this was a cistern that was used for all of the town folk. And here you can actually see good to see that the streets are not empty of visitors. Yeah, there's a lot of Europeans definitely in San Gimignano. It's a real spot, and it always has been for Northern Europeans. They love San Gimignano. Look at the beautiful architecture. And here we can see a tower, another one on the other side. Isn't it just picture perfect? And we make our way towards Piazza Duomo. People standing in line for gelato. That is so funny. It's amazing what TripAdvisor does. Here we can see the oldest bank in the world, the Monte dei Paschi di Siena, 1372. So the Sienese, who were not far away, were the very wealthy bankers until the Florentines took over the city. The Florentines took over all of the city, well, the Medici rather, took over every city in Firenze, in Tuscany. And here we can see the Piazza Duomo. Look how beautiful this church is, this very classic facade. And the Duomo is called the Collegiata. Now I'm going to show you something funny. Nice to see so many people. Yeah, it is nice. È bello di vedere così tanta gente. È vero, è vero. I think there's more people in San Gimignano than there is in Firenze. And that's because a lot of people are wanting to be out in Tuscany rather than being in the city centre. Now here we can see this was the most important family. And you can see the tower, the taller tower. Now the tallest is obviously the one above the municipality, which is the Torre Grosso. I don't know if any of you have ever climbed this tower. It's like over 400 stairs. Now inside the town hall is the courtyard, where the area where Dante Alighieri actually lived. Isn't it beautiful? Now there were beautiful plaques by Luca della Robbia on this facade, and they were stolen by good old Napoleon. So you can actually find them in the Louvre. Inside the Collegiata is incredible frescoes by Domenico Ghirlandaio. Ghirlandaio, he was the teacher of Michelangelo, and also a really incredible fresco of Heaven and Hell by Benozzo Gozzoli. So Benozzo Gozzoli was an artist who also created the fresco inside the Medici Riccardi Chapel, if any of you have been there. The frescoes inside the Collegiata by Domenico Ghirlandaio, the teacher of Michelangelo, are of the patron saint of San Gimignano, called Santa Fina. Allora, let's take these stairs. Look at this walkway, how incredible it is. The higher you go, the better the views. You know, that's always the case. We're in a hill town, guys. There's no lifts. You have to walk. Allora, let's walk up to this beautiful loggia. And here maybe on the entry you can see if my internet works up here. Ah, here. Duomo di San Gimignano. Look at this beautiful. Here's another little square. Look how peaceful it is up here. Every square obviously had a cistern. Look at the view. There's an old cistern here in the middle of the piazza. And look at the gorgeous pots of flowers outside the windows. Isn't it beautiful? Here you can see the view. Gorgeous, huh? Very, very beautiful. You haven't been here before, Augusta? It's beautiful. So it's a little town in Chianti called San Gimignano. San Gimignano. It's around 40 minutes away from Firenze. So now I'm going to take you up to the lookout point, and the square after is where we have the Salvucci Towers. I'm going to show you that too. Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful sights. I know. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. So let's go down this way. Obviously, this paving is all new. This herringbone paving. Originally, the piazzas were a lighter stone, a pietra serena, and pietra forte. I'm going to go down the stairs of the Duomo. A little bit slippery, actually. I better hold on to this because I'm going to fly down them. Here, guys, look at this view. I'm going to show you this beautiful view from up the top of the staircase of the Duomo in San Gimignano. So there are still people that live, obviously, in the town centre. The towers didn't really have much of a purpose. I mean, the only purpose was a symbol of wealth and power. So here, can you see there's absolutely no windows, and if there are, they're little tiny windows inside. The only negative of owning one today is obviously just a little tiny stairwell. Some of them that are privately owned, you can actually climb them and have wonderful dinners on the top floors. The only negative is the stairs. They're really, really tiny, steep stairs. This photographer this shop has been here for so many years. Isn't it beautiful? Can you just imagine sitting in the piazza having a glass of vernaccia? Oh, look at the flowers. Every Thursday there's a market as well, which is really, really fun. So let's have a look, make our way towards the La Rocca, which is the lookout point and the remains of the fortress. Because when the city was under attack, what would the locals do? They would run out of their homes and run into the fortress so they could be protected. They would be walled and protected. And it was bombed quite a few times by Volterra, which is south east. So it's just a little southeast, closer to the sea. Can you see the towers behind me? Hi, Kelly. Apollomo is my newest favorite drink. Oh, buono. Can you see the towers behind me? Look at this. So these towers were built because there was a certain height for a private tower. So the Salvucci decided that they would build two towers next to each other so that they could, if you put one on top of the other, it's actually the highest tower in the city. So it was all a power play and against very important families. Symbols like we have today. We have symbols, we have symbols of wealth. It was the same thing. So let's walk up. Yes, we can see them. Very interesting. Yeah, it's incredible. So I'm walking up to the Rocca. There's a wonderful little ceramic shop here. He's probably having a lunch break. Oh no, he's actually open. He makes this beautiful handmade ceramic, beautiful pottery, Balducci Ceramica, very beautiful. I don't want to go too close because I don't want him to think that I'm recording his art. But maybe one day we could go inside and watch him make something. Okay, I'm heading up the stairs so that I can show you the view up at La Rocca, making my way towards the fortress. I'm now behind the Duomo, so you can see the bell tower of the Duomo. Most of the renewed structure of the Duomo is from the 14th century. Look at the brickwork. You've been there, Ginger? You've been here? Yeah, it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. And we make our way up towards the viewpoint at La Rocca. Let's have a look. So here is the ramparts of the fortification. And I'm going to take you right to the top so you can see the best view. Also to the ceramic shop. Gorgeous. Yeah, I love that ceramic. Balducci. Fantastico. And here you can enjoy a glass of wine. Look at how beautiful it is. Oh, here there's a nice view, but I'm going to show you an even better view. Look at the pretty wisteria. So I'm entering inside the ramparts, and here you can see just how thick the fortress was. These original kind of, bow and arrow, looking in on the enemy. Look at how thick the walls were. And as I said before, they were bombed many times. In the summer, they have an outdoor theatre up at La Rocca that you can see here. Look at the olive trees. Beautiful olive groves. The olives are growing well this year. Look at the fruit, how beautiful. It'll be ready. Yeah, San Gimignano is beautiful, Jess. We have to come together. Worth the climb. Yes, it is worth a climb. So the olives will be ready by end of October, November. First we harvest the grapes in September, and then the olives. And these ones that belong to the commune, they'll make an olive oil that they sell in that little stall that we just passed. Here we are. I'm going to walk up here to show you the view. Eccoci. See if we can. There's a bit of traffic. Eccoci qua. Vediamo. Now you'll be amazed when you see these stairs how worn they are. Eccoci qua. Andiamo su. Okay. Let's go up, guys. Look at these old stairs. Eccoci. All the way up to the lookout point. Eccoci qua. And here we can see the remains of the wall. No social distancing around here, guys. And here we can see the church of Santa Assunta and the entire city. So we arrived inside the door of San Giovanni, and we're looking as far as the southern door of San Matteo. And you're now looking towards Florence. Okay? It's not a bad view, is it? Bellissima. Now you can also see a great view of the towers up here. And the remains of the wall. Can you see the remains, how thick the wall was? And obviously at every section there was a lookout point, there was a tower on every corner. The major enemy was coming from this way, so Volterra. And then if we're looking this way, we're looking towards Siena. Look at you can see the modern part of the city. What do you think, guys? Do you like that view? It's spectacular, isn't it? So I hope you enjoyed our little visit to San Gimignano. We're in the Chianti region. And let me just show you, because there's an incredible view over here. Yeah, it is so worth it. Look at that. Look at the towers. So, darlings, thank you for joining me again for another Thank God It's Friday. Not in Firenze, but in San Gimignano. And next week, if I'm not going to come back on Thursday, on next Friday, I'll be in Calabria. So we'll have a little walk and we'll talk about Granita and check out the Ionian coast. And until then, take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Tanti baci, and I hope to see you next week. Grazie mille, I miss you too, Judy. And if any of you want to follow my newsletter, you can go back onto my website and just click onto the subscribe button. If anyone's not sure about visiting Italy, what to do, send me a message and I'd love to respond to you. Hope to see you in Bella Tuscany or Italia very, very soon. Until then, my friends, arrivederci. Buon weekend. Ciao.